Hey guys, welcome back to Serial at Midnight. I'm Heath, and this is our monthly look at everything coming out from Kino Lorber and all of their partner labels. This is the July spotlight, every July title. I think we got about 18 titles here, but 7 of them are 4Ks. I think that's the most single month. You'd have to go back and check, but I think that's the most 4Ks in a single month from Kino Lorber so far. We normally get about 4. I should say there's one title that was solicited for July that's not here at the time of this recording. There's a documentary about the band Blur. Woohoo! You know, that's not the name of the documentary. That's the song that I think everybody knows by Blur. There's a documentary about their comeback, and it's not here yet. So we'll cover it in a future episode whenever it is here. Oh, by the way, thanks to Kino Lorber. Thanks to you guys for making this the most seen Kino Lorber coverage every month. Certainly on YouTube. Also in the world? Anywhere? I don't know. This is certainly the most comprehensive. SHANE. We're doing the 4Ks first. SHANE has arrived. Now, this is one of those titles that Kino Lorber announced a good long while ago. And people constantly say, where's SHANE? And I just say, well, they're working on it. Because it takes time for these things. And sometimes it takes a year. I think there have even been a few cases where it took longer than a year between announcing the thing and getting the thing out. But nevertheless, it has arrived. This is probably one of the most famous Westerns ever. 1953, it's Alan Ladd, Jean Arthur Van Heflin. I have become an Alan Ladd super fan. I've contributed commentary to several Alan Ladd Blu-ray releases, and I really love the guy. I love him as an actor, as a person, and so I'm so glad that SHANE is here. If you like SHANE and you like Alan Ladd, if you don't know Alan Ladd from his other work and you really only know SHANE, or maybe you don't know him at all and you watch this and you're like, that Alan Ladd guy's got something, please go check out his other films. He made so many films. I mean, he was a bare-chested swashbuckler action hero at a part of his career. He was a film noir, sort of the rumpled, the film noir guy at part of his career. Different chapters, different milestones, and he was always pushing for broadening his horizons and doing even more things. His role in The Carpetbaggers is incredible. Anyway, SHANE is now on 4K. I don't think... Yeah, there's no alternate artwork here. I've already flipped everything around. If there was, this is it's a Blu-ray and a 4K combo pack, and we've got a few. It's not loaded. I will say it's not loaded with extras, but we've got audio commentary by Alan K. Rody, writer of the forthcoming monograph SHANE, a Real West series book from University of New Mexico Press. Audio commentary by George Stevens Jr. This movie is directed, it's George Stevens. I think he produced it too. Yeah, produced and directed by George Stevens. So George Stevens Jr. is the production assistant and son of the late director-producer George Stevens, and associate producer Ivan Moffat. That's the commentary. So we got 2 commentaries, and then a theatrical trailer. It's a shame we can't get like a retrospective on this or something, but I'm just glad that we have the movie on 4K, because at the end of the day, really, the quote is, the play's the thing, and this is the thing. We have brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master from a 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative. So that's going to be a best case scenario in terms of picture quality. This one is, I put my 2 favorites at the top, and then I'm saving something cool for the end too. So maybe sort of an announcement, so stay tuned for that. Danger Diabolic. I love this movie. This is Mario Bava in 1968. It's a comic book movie because Diabolic is a comic book. I was going to say comic book character. It's a comic book. And this is Bava playing in really broad territory. It's campy, it's silly, it's huge, but I love it. I have a Danger Diabolic poster hanging in my media screening room. It's a half sheet of this art. So, I just love this. I love the music, deep, deep, deep down. Bow, wow, wow. If you don't know this movie, there has never been a better time for you to discover the movie than this. This has got John Philip Law in it as Diabolic, and I think this makes an interesting companion piece, probably unintentionally so, to Barbarella. And if you, there's like two sides of the same coin in a lot of ways. So if you like Barbarella and you've never seen this, because it's Italian, I don't know, do check this out, because I think you're gonna really enjoy it. Brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master by Paramount Pictures. I believe my friend Charlotte Barker worked on this. I believe that someone told me, she or her husband Adam from the Perf Damage podcast told me that she worked on this restoration. From a 4K scan to the 35mm original camera negative. We have an audio commentary by John Philip Law, moderated by Tim Lucas. We have an audio commentary by Troy Howarth and Nathaniel Thompson. From Fumetti to Film featurette, so that's talking about adapting it from the comic source material to the movie. And then Body Movin', a music video by the Beastie Boys, which is, if you know, with optional commentary by Beastie Boys is Adam Yauch. If you know that music video, it is just straight up Danger Diabolic. They just they took the video for Body Movin' and they're like, let's do Danger Diabolic in a music video. And that's exactly what it is. Theatrical and teaser. We do have alternate artwork here. I like this art, but nothing. Look at this. Come on, look at this. It's a crazy movie, but I absolutely love it. By the way, here's the back of the box. Now, this is not a 4K, but this is the best place to talk about this. Kino Lorber is also releasing the Diabolic Trilogy, and I have not seen these movies. This is new. These movies were made. It's a trilogy that was made in Italy. I believe these are Italian films. Hold on a second. I don't even see. But so they're what are the years? I think it's 2021, 2022. They're new. They're new movies, maybe within just the last few years, and they are a new attempt to adapt the comics and bring them to screen. Diabolic, Ginkgo Attacks, and Diabolic, Who Are You? I understand. See, this is where it's difficult for me, because I understand that Diabolic is a comic first. See my criticisms of comic book movies that don't stick to the source material, fully realizing that Mario Bava didn't really stick to the source material for his interpretation of that movie. But I saw that movie before I knew about the comic. So that's what's in my head. This is going to be more faithful to the comic, but I'm like, can you do that? Can you do a serious, when we have this Bava take? So I have not seen these. And I'm hesitant to watch them. And I'm going to be honest with you, they're mid-rated. They're, as the young people say, they're mid from what I have heard. So, when I've got the legacy of Mario Bava's, one of my favorite Bava films in my head, this is not scary, but I'm trepidatious about these. But we've got the making of Diabolic, Ginkgo Attacks, the making of Diabolic, Who Are You, visual effects breakdowns, and the trailers. And each one of these movies is on its own Blu-ray. It's the first film. Second, third. All right, back to the 4Ks. Billy Madison on 4K. I don't know what world we're living in, man. I don't know where we got Billy Madison and some of the stuff we're going to talk about on 4K, because I don't know. It's, knowing what I've been told a unit needs to sell to be profitable on 4K. I'm like, is Billy Madison a huge cult classic? Maybe it is. I know Happy Gilmore is. I know they just made the sequel to it. But nevertheless, I saw this when it was brand new in theaters. But I don't know. Comedy doesn't sell as well as other genres. Have you seen the trailer for the Naked Gun remake with Leslie Nielsen, where they're talking about saving comedy? It's like, you could be. It's done like a public service announcement. It's like, every day a comedy film goes unseen, that sort of a thing. And they're right, because people don't go see comedy. They'll stream comedy, I suppose. I'm off on a tangent now. Hey, Billy Madison is on 4K. It's got a brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master with a 4K scan and a 35mm original camera negative. This is from Universal. Audio commentary by author and filmmaker Brian Connolly and Billy Gilmore podcast host Wilson Smith. Audio commentary by director Tamara Davis. Deleted scenes, outtakes, theatrical trailer. We do not have any alternate artwork, but this is the 4K and the Blu-ray. This is the movie, right, where he's like, suntan lotion. And I know it's got that Chris Farley scene. It was highly quotable in the 90s, Anyway. Little Buddha. This is the Bertolucci film. We got Keanu Reeves, Chris Isaac, Ying Rucheng, Bridget Fonda, 4K, still doing 4Ks. This is a brand new HDR master from by TF1, supervised by the cinematographer Vittorio Storaro. I don't know what to say. I remember this movie from an interesting time in Keanu Reeves' career. He was coming out of his, the 80s thing and, Bill and Ted. And this is around the time, he's in Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula. And he's really pushing to do other kinds of things. And I really like that. I like Keanu Reeves stretching himself. This is an audio commentary by film critic Bilge Ebiri, archival documentary The Making of Little Buddha, archival interview with the director Bernardo Bertolucci, archival interview with producer Jeremy Thomas, and the theatrical trailer. I do not think, no alternate artwork there. 4K and Blu-ray combo pack. Silent Scream, I do not think I have ever seen this movie. Again, still doing 4Ks here. Brand new HDR 10 master from a 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative. This is in collaboration with Dark Force Entertainment. So Demon Dave over there in the squared circle dropping collaborations with Kino Lorber. Audio commentary by writers Jim and Ken Wheat and actress Rebecca Balding. Audio commentary by Barbara Steele, moderated by film historian David Delval. Scream of Success, 30 Years Later featurette. The original script featurette. The Wheat Brothers, A Look Back featurette. Interviews with the actress Rebecca Balding and with director Denny Harris. Theatrical, the TV, all the trailers and stuff. There's the back of the box. This did have alternate artwork. Get my finger off the tagline there. So if you've seen this, what do you think about it? Seems like it would be a Kino Cult release, but it's not a Kino Cult release. We do have a couple of those we're going to talk about in just a second, but that's not one of them. John Cryer, Hiding Out. See, this is, again, I'm like, this is a 4K? This seems like... What? That's complicated because I've talked to Frank about this and even other people, and the cost of mastering things can be different. If sometimes the 4K restoration has already been done, it's just a matter of licensing it and putting it out, and if it's there and it's close to the same price or just a little bit more than a Blu-ray, than a regular HD master, go ahead and put it out on 4K, because that is the... I said this where did I say this recently? This month, the last statistics we got about disc sales, 4K was the highest selling format. And that's the first time I think that's happened since, I think it was that last Avatar movie when it came out on 4K. And I think it's because Sinners came out on 4K. And that's driving sales to the 4K release of that over Blu-ray and DVD. Usually DVD is the highest by a huge margin. Then Blu-ray, then 4K. But it's all, no, not right now. So, 4K is right now it is the market that's making the most money. And that's why we see so many of these 4K releases, because that's what a lot of the collectors are buying right now. Which is interesting because they were the ones who were so skeptical. And when I switched to 4K, when I bought a 4K TV and I said, I'm going 4K, there were literally comments on my channel where there goes the channel. now everybody's buying the 4Ks and the limited steelbooks and like, does it have a slipcover? It's so funny how things change so fast. This has a brand new Ultra HD SDR master by Studio Canal from a 4K scan of the original camera negative, 35mm. It's John Cryer. It's what year is this? 1987. He goes here. We got here. This goes from this to this. Let's see. Audio commentary by director Bob Giraldi, moderated by Black Mansion Films producer Heather Buckley. Oh, Heather Buckley. Audio commentary by film historian Steve Mitchell and Nathaniel Thompson. Audio commentary by film historian Jarrett Gahan. Adult education. John Cryer opens up on Hiding Out, and then Teen Spirit. Annabeth Gish remembers Hiding Out. Who else we got here? We got Annabeth Gish, Ann Dudley, Daniel Pearl. Directed by Bob Giraldi. Who wrote this? Written by Joe Minosky and Jeff Rothberg. Okay. Did this have... No alternate artwork here. All right, last 4K, and it comes with the Tarantino stamp of approval. This is Curdled. Quentin Tarantino presents Curdled. This is from 1996. I don't remember this movie, but I remember this era when things would have as after Pulp Fiction, before Jackie Brown, and Tarantino's name on something was a seal of approval, like the Good Housekeeping seal of approval, and it sold tickets or VHS tapes or whatever. Really, you'd see it in the video store, not to purchase, but like in your Blockbuster or whatever, and you check it out based on Tarantino's name, because you're like, well, I like Pulp. He only had 2 movies, really. I mean, we could get into like the whole 4 rooms conversation, whatever, but you know what I'm saying. After the killer kills, after the living are dead, somebody has to clean up the mess, and you thought your job sucked. So this is like the crime scene cleanup crew. Brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master from a 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative. This is from Paramount. Quentin Tarantino presents Curdled, a cutting-edge comedic thriller starring William Baldwin from Sliver as a seductive mass murderer who meets his match when he encounters a sexy young woman named Gabriella, Angela Jones from Pulp Fiction, assigned to clean up one of his crime scenes. But when she literally uncovers crucial evidence linking him to the crime, the killer pursues Gabriella, only to discover that she shares his disturbing fascination with murder. Devilishly original Curdled features hot-blooded performances, unpredictable twists, and a shockingly memorable climax. The wonderful supporting cast also includes Lois Chiles from Death on the Nile, Barry Corbin from Career Opportunities, and Kelly Preston from Secret Admirer. We've got an audio commentary by actress Angela Jones, co-writer-director Reb Braddock, and co-writer John Moss. No, is that how you say it? M-A-A-S, John Moss? Yeah. Audio commentary by film historian and author Dwayne Epstein. Audio commentary by Rob Braddock and John Moss from 2004. That's probably from the DVD release. Serious fun interview with Angela Jones, behind the scenes special feature, Curdled original shorts, and television playback pieces. Oh, interesting. Deleted scenes and Denza Macabre rehearsals, theatrical trailers. So here is all the things that I just read to you. Did this happen? No. Negative. All right, that's the that's the 4Ks. 2 Kino Cult releases, and this is a doozy. First one, Sugar Hill, right off the top. This has been out of print for a few years, 5 years maybe. I don't know, maybe less than that. But I know that it was hard to get your hands on Sugar Hill for a while. This is, of course, like basically a blaxploitation horror movie from 1974. Marky Bay is the lead. I just did a commentary for the movie Class of 1974, Class of 74. Marky Bay is one of the 3. It's an ensemble piece. She's one of the 3 women in Class of 74. Film Masters put that out. Sort of a coming-of-age sexual liberation movie. But Marky Bay, we know her from Sugar Hill. She didn't do a whole lot of other things, so I wanted to shout that out. Getting to talk about her career and her presence in that movie was a lot of fun for me. So this is a Blu-ray. It's not a 4K. We have an audio commentary by Howard S. Berger, Steve Mitchell, and Nathaniel Thompson. Another audio commentary by director Paul Maslansky. Interviews with actors Don Pedro Colley, Richard Lawson, Charles Robinson, and director Paul Maslansky. Theatrical trailer and the radio spots. I don't think this one had any alternate artwork either, but I'm telling you, man, this is such a cult hit. This is a true cult classic, and I'm glad that it's back on disc. Here's our other Kino Cult release, and I'm glad this exists too. So this is Mr. Peters' Pets. It's a nudie cutie triple feature. Now, I'm kind of a sucker for these 60s sexy exploitation movies because they are so innocent and silly and cheeky in every sense of the word, I suppose. These are, so let's see, Mr. Peters, I'm not going to read all of this to you guys, but they describe it so well. It employs the classic formula of the so-called nudie cutie film. The naked female form is presented in the least objectionable way, usually seen through the eyes of a harmless male goofball. They're always goofballs. Alfred Hobson stars as a pet shop owner who transforms himself into a variety of cuddly animals, thereby gaining entry into the boudoirs of his shapely female clients. Also featured in this collection are two nudie cuties mastered from the vintage 35mm prints, 50,000 BC before clothing, and the Mad Magazine style TV parody Everybody Loves It, narrated, believe it or not, by a four-leaf clover. Filmed with cringe-inducing comedy and devoid of any genuine eroticism, the nudie cutie genre was short-lived, but has become a cherished relic of the collapse of Hollywood censorship. Perfectly said. It is not sexy. It is not erotic. It is cringe-inducing. It is all of those things, but it is an incredible snapshot of a time when, that's what they said, when the Hollywood censorship is starting to crumble and you're getting things that just all logic. This is done in collaboration with Something Weird. Mr. Peter's Pets has an audio commentary by Eric Schaefer, the author of Bold, Daring, Shocking, True, A History of Exploitation Films, and 50,000 BC Before Clothing has the original trailer. Illustrated booklet with essays by Lisa Petrucci from Something Weird and David F. Friedman from She Freak. So let me show you that. Did this? No, nothing there. But it does have, here's the back of the box. We're dealing with color here. Spicy, saucy, spicy, and sensuous. The greatest peel since the banana. Let's see. You didn't plan to read with your nudie cutie movie, did you? But I really appreciate that because it is a historical document. More than it's anything else. It's a document of a time and place. Okay, these are just Blu-rays now, not branded anything, not Kino Cult, not 4Ks. This is Sands of the Kalahari with Stuart Whitman. Who else is it? Stanley Baker, Susanna York. This is a 1965 movie with a brand new HDR master from a 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative from Paramount. A chartered plane crashes in the remote African desert after colliding with a swarm of locusts. It's not only the harsh surroundings and the vicious baboons that the survivors have to worry about, but also a crazed fellow passenger. Oh yeah, this is a cult classic too, but I guess it's not quite of the same order to get the Kino Cult branding. Look at this artwork, man. Remember when movie posters looked like this? Couple that with the Danger Diabolic art, which I have on my wall, right? I love it so much that I have it on my wall. This is beautiful. Did this have no alternate artwork here either? We have an audio commentary by film historians Howard S. Berger and Nathaniel Thompson and the theatrical trailer. This is the last Kino Lorber studio classic we're going to talk about. This is exclusive Fred McMurray and Francis Farmer from 1937. Now, Fred McMurray is, of course, huge for his 40s work, his noir work, even into the 50s. We could go with Double Indemnity, and then we could go with The Egg and I. We could go with My Three Sons on television. But this is 1937. He's also in some really good... his work in the noir and sort of like crime genre. He's such a versatile actor. So this does not have any restoration notes whatsoever. It's from Universal. But we do have an audio commentary by professor and film scholar Jason A. Nye with Francis Farmer expert Jeffrey Kaufman. That's cool. Jason is a friend of mine. We touch base semi-regularly just to see what's going on with each of us. And he really knows his stuff. And he puts a lot of work into these things. I'm so glad that there's 30s movies. I really think I love all film, but the 30s are special to me. The 30s, you realize, you start the decade with these pre-codes, crime movies, Three on a Match, this sort of thing, and you end with Gone with the Wind and Wizard of Oz. And I'm like, that's pretty much everything that's ever been done had already been done in the 1930s. Is this from Kino Lorber? Yeah, this is Kino Lorber, but this is not a studio classic. This is a documentary called The Wild Parrots of Telegraph Hill. New 4K restoration. You'll laugh, you'll cry, and your heart is guaranteed to soar. So I'm guessing that the Wild Parrots of Telegraph Hill are going to experience some tough times in this documentary. We have an archival audio commentary by Mark Bittner, author of the Wild Parrots of Telegraph Hill book. Updates, outtakes, deleted scenes, music videos, short films, theatrical trailer, and an interview. Here's the back of the box. I know I got a lot of animal lovers in my audience, and I know I got a lot of bird lovers too, actually. This is from, this is Cohen Media Group, and this is Black Tea. I have not seen this. It's this woman says no on her wedding day, and then she goes to China and ends up working at a tea shop. And then that's the last line. In the secrecy of the back shop, Cal decides to initiate Aya into the secrets of the tea ceremony. Through the teachings of this ancient and intimate art, they slowly fall in love. Black Tea. Very indie style, you know, high profile, high prestige style indie movie. This is, let's see, Gaumont. I see Gaumont's name here. So is this in French? Oh, hold on. Bonus features Berlin Film Festival press conference. Interesting. What's that? Mandarin, English, French, Portuguese with optional English subtitles. So that's in, okay. Northern Lights. This is a 1979? Come on. Winner of the Camera d'Or at the 1979 Cannes Film Festival. Let's see. Northern Lights captures the plot of immigrant Dakotan farmers as they toil and struggle against the combined forces of industry and finance. Stunningly photographed, extremely moving, says the New York Times. We have an audio commentary with filmmakers John Hansen and Rob Nilsson, moderated by film historian Daniel Kramer. Ooh, he was just here 2 weeks ago talking about his career, talking about his latest project over at Imprint. So he moderated this this audio commentary. Good for you, Daniel. And then a re-release trailer. A couple of DVDs here. Bonjour, Tristice. Is that how you say that? Tristice. This is a New York Times critical pick. New York Times critics pick. Captures the wonders of an adolescent summer. Yes, but is it a sexy adolescent summer? I'm not sure. At the height of summer, 18-year-old Cécile is relaxing by the French seaside with her father and falling in love with her new boyfriend. Sounds sexy. The arrival of her late mother's enigmatic friend, turns her world upside down. A modern take of Francois Sagan's unforgettable coming-of-age novel, a Toronto International Film Festival premiere. No features here. No bonus features, I mean. This is DVD. All right. This is going to get some of you guys because I know my audience. Dames and Dreams. This is a 1974, shot in 1974, and it looks like completed in 2018. A super sexy 70s film, says Mr. Skin. You know when you got a quote from Mr. Skin on the back of the box, exactly what you're in for. Four wild, willing, and wanton ladies are read their fortunes at a swinging 70s Hollywood revel. They tangle in every way with cons, cheats, and corrupt cops brandishing sex as their weapon. When reality ends, their bare fantasies are just the beginning. Hot girls and super cool 70s backdrops erupt in an orgy of danger and sexual intrigue in this lost exploitation artifact unseen before, and now fully restored after nearly half a century. So it's copyright 1974 and 2018, so I guess this sat in a vault somewhere for a long time. This is from Salvation Films, Dark Side Releasing. It has no features here, no special features. But I know that there's, these different labels. This is under the Jezebel label. Get a lot of attention from some of you guys. Okay, this is the last thing. This is a DVD release of something that's already been out on Blu-ray, and we've talked about the Blu-ray. I think we talked about the Blu-ray. This is the French Noir collection. Again, DVD. But this is new. This is out. The DVD version is out now. But I wanted to tell you, the reason I saved this for last is because French Noir Collection 2 on Blu-ray has been announced. And I don't think it's been announced, but I'm going to tell you that Max Allen Collins and I have commentaries for 2 of the 4 movies on that release. So when French Noir Collection 2 arrives, you can expect 2 commentaries. Passion of Slow Fire and Rhine Virgin. And we had a lot of fun with those because they're relatively obscure movies. And Max Allen Collins is, of course, a perfect fit for that discussion because he has been writing crime novels for half a century and knows the tropes and the cliches and the hallmarks and the highs and the lows of the crime / noir / hard-boiled storytelling genre style. And we've done, those are done. They're already done. They're on their way to the discs. So that'll be fun to talk more about when it hits, but I wanted to let you know here's your incentive for staying through the end of the video. Thank you guys. What are you most interested in? Have you seen some of these things that I have not seen, like Hiding Out or Mr. Peter's Pets. Who's gonna pick that up? You know, that's a cool tie-in. It's also interesting that that did not get the what is it, the golden age of exploitation branding either. Because they've done a bunch of those, and a lot of those collaborate with something weird too. All right, a lot to talk about. Continue the conversation in the comments below. Thank you guys. Oh, by the way, links in the description of this and every video for my eBay store, for a link to all of my commentaries, a link to all of my reviews, an Amazon link that if you shop through that link, anything that you buy, anything supports this channel. It's one way you can support this channel with shopping that you're probably already going to do anyway. You can become a member and unlock usually weekly exclusives. You can get early access, ad-free videos, and tons of exclusive episodes that I don't put anywhere else. Collecting at Midnight, I think it's episode 34, is about to drop, I think, the day after this video goes up, but just for members. And it will never be non-members. There's a lot of perks to being a member. I really try to take care of my members. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Take care. Till next time, I will catch you later.